Her friends are rooting for the divorce. His friends are trying to talk him off the ledge. That difference is not an accident. Women file for divorce almost 70% of the time. I spent 25 years watching that number play out in real time. And one of the most consistent things I observe that nobody ever talks about is the role that friends play in getting a woman to that decision. When a wife is struggling in her marriage, her friends lean in. Leave him. You deserve better. I never liked him anyway. You've been putting up with this for years. Sometimes that is genuine love and concern. And sometimes it's something entirely different. A divorced friend who wants company in her pain. A friend who has decided your husband is the problem without ever being in the same room. A friend who feels more powerful watching you blow up your life than she does watching you save it. Now look at what happens on the other side. When a husband is struggling, his friends take him golfing. They hand him a beer. They say, man, that sounds rough. Let's do something. They do not push him towards the exit. They absorb the impact. One circle accelerates the ending, the other one slows it down. And the marriages caught in the middle never see it coming.
It's almost sad how many times I've seen this play out. And you keep on asking, why do women do this? Well, I know why, but it's just sad to see how often they destroy each other and destroy their friends' relationship. There is a thing called the single standard projection where a woman or the friend group frequently evaluates their friend's commitment through their own standard. So they're looking at the relationship their friend is having and they're saying, you know, how would I do it as opposed to how my friend is doing it? And so they kind of always say to their friends, oh, know your worth. I mean, you can do better than this.
Queen, go off, girl boss, pussy hat slay.
Rather than looking at the issue that their friend is facing and trying to solve that problem. And so they have this unsustainable standard of zero friction, as if a relationship ought to be perfect, and if anything goes wrong, it has to be the man's fault. It can't be your fault. It has to be the man's fault. And so they don't leave room for self-reflection and evaluation, because they constantly say to their friends, no, you're right, he's wrong, and he should be the one to apologize, or he should be the one to change this, or he needs to do this differently, not really assessing the real issue that's going on. So they're deliberately or subconsciously trying to pull her apart from her relationship, because they want to get her back into that single ecosystem.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
And then you have that triangulated micro gossip, or that poisoning frame that's happening, because what you have when it is that these pairs or these partners or these married partners come to the group and they say, you know, I'm going through this issue, we're having this problem, and then the friends lean into this. They lean into this kind of behavior and this kind of advice, because let's face it, the friends would do the same things that the other friends are doing as well. And then you have a thing called the status equalization. So you find that there is a status disparity when one friend is married and the other ones are not. So the single friends see that as a status disparity, because they either see themselves as less than, or they begin to see their married partner as less than. And what happens? They subconsciously begin to undermine their peers' relationship. They begin to undermine the relationship in such a way that they magnify the minor issues in the relationship, minor flaws that could have been easily dealt with, could be easily solved with a little bit of discussion. But if one of these friends sees that the married partner has secured a high value partner, so to speak, they will try to undermine that relationship, because in a sense they're trying to get that partner back on the same level as the single partners, or as the single pairs rather. They're trying to get their friend back on the same level as the single they're her single pairs, and they will actively try to destroy this relationship. And if they can't do it, if they can't insert themselves in the relationship to destroy it, they will try to destroy it through the advice that they give this married partner. Oh, that's diabolical. Then you have the validation loop, because here you have the single pairs, they are unattached. The group is operating on a shared identity of people who have the same values, or of people who are in the same at the same stage of life. And so if one person is married, or if that person is not showing loyalty to the group, they will try to pull them away from their partner. And they do it unconsciously, because there is this sense of control to get her back in the single lifestyle, to get her back in a single ecosystem. They're trying in their attempt to try and solve the issue that their pair is facing, they're deliberately or subconsciously trying. So what you have is instead of her friends giving her sane advice and worthy advice, what do? They discuss the issues, and they dissect the issues, and what they're in this echo chamber of everybody agreeing with what everybody is saying. Nobody is disagreeing. And the little issues that this married partner is having, what do? They dissect it, and they pull that apart, and they reframe it, and they bounce their ideas off each other, and it's just this closed feedback loop. Nothing beneficial comes out of it, but everyone in that little room begins to believe that, oh, they're all correct, and the man is definitely wrong, and what the only solution for her is to destroy her relationship, because that's the only thing she can do at this point. And that's why they lean in to these situations, because they are trying to destroy the relationship of their friends. It's much different for men, because men have a different social understanding, a different social contract, and men see things differently in this way, which is why you don't find men encouraging other men to destroy their relationship, because the social contract is significantly different. Now, you may want to argue that, oh, you know what, the male loneliness is at 40%. At last surveyed, or you could argue that up to 16% of men report dealing with chronic isolation. You could also argue that over 74% of men feel that, you know what, their primary emotional outlet is their spouse. All of these things are correct. They are perfectly right. However, because of the social contract that men have, they approach these things differently. They approach the impending divorce or the impending separation differently. Because when a man comes to his friends and he says he says what he's going through, there is hardly ever an emotional validation loop going on for men. Men hardly do that. So you will hardly find men saying to other men, know your worth, just leave her, avoid. It has to be something diabolical that she has done. But for the most part, men will always prompt other men to save their relationship and ensure that they don't destroy something that is sure, tangible, and meaningful over something petty. So that is something that men will always do, and they'll always encourage other men as well to cool off, take a walk, take a break, think about this carefully, give it some time, look at it from a different perspective, because in doing that, they're trying to help their friend to save the relationship. One of the key aspect of the social contract with men is that a man's relationship is his sovereign ground. That's his territorial independence. You do not interfere with that, which is why men do not give unsolicited advice to other men about their relationships. If you see him doing something wrong, you will try and to point him in the right direction, but you want him to discover this on his own. Because a man's relationship, his domestic partnership, is treated as somewhat of a sovereign domain. It's seen as something that is almost sacred. So you don't just simply give unsolicited advice or try to encourage this man to destroy his relationship. That's not something that men do. So if a man finds himself in a healthy peer group, he will find his friends telling him that, no, you need to try and save this as much as possible. Maybe you have this wrong. Maybe your ideas are wrong here. Maybe you're seeing this the wrong way. But you need to make the effort to save what you have going on here. And then you have the idea of the status realignment. Because here's the thing, men see their friends with high valued partners as a win. It's a win because it gets him to focus. It gets him to leave the single life activities. It gets him to focus on wealth creation, on family, building family structure, and on securing his future and his life. That is something that men support in each other and encourage for themselves as well. So when they see their friends winning with a high value partner, it's as if he's living vicariously through his friend. He doesn't want his friend to destroy that, because to destroy that in his friend is to also destroy that vicarious life that he's living as well, or that vicarious dream that he is experiencing. So he wants his friend to maintain his relationship, which is why you don't find men trying to destroy their friend's relationship. That is something that is just almost unheard of. And then you have the focus on respecting a brother's choice, respecting your friend's choice, and preserving their partner's equity. Because what you find is that a man's choice in partner is a judgment on his investment. You can't simply, as another man, try to tell him to leave that investment, because he has put effort and time into that. He has put probably years into that relationship. That's not something you want him to leave just on a whim. So this approach that women have as opposed to what men have, it boils down to the social contract that men have with each other as opposed to the social contract that women have with each other. Women will almost always inevitably try to destroy their friend's relationship to get them back in the single game, as opposed to men who will try to preserve that relationship, keep those men with their partners, because they understand the value of family, the value of relationship, and the value of not being in this single life.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
This is perhaps why it's very important for men to find themselves in healthy male friendship groups, because if there's an impending divorce or a looming separation, you can always depend on your friends, your healthy friends, or that healthy friendship group to point you in the right direction. And that direction is almost never in the way of destroying your relationship.